that New York Jets trade with the Carolina Panthers sending Sam Darnold to Carolina has effects on the Detroit Lions in this NFL draft, and I'm going to tell you why. What's going on, YouTube, and welcome to Detroit Lions Talk with Mike or Mike. We talk all things Detroit Lions, news, rumors, analysis, breakdown, and everything regarding our franchise. In this video, we're going to break down that trade between the Carolina Panthers and New York Jets, why it's important for us Lions fans, what the effects is going to be, and how our team can be impacted by such a trade as this. Before getting this bit bad boy, if you're not a subscriber, smash that subscribe button. Let's get to 13,000 subscribers. 60% of you not subscribed. Smash that subscribe button and let's get it together. If you have been living under a rock, there was a trade. It was not as big as the 49ers blockbuster trade, but it was a fairly significant one with the Carolina Panthers trading for quarterback Sam Darnold of the New York Jets. They gave up a 6th-round pick this year, a 2nd and a 4th next year to get that quarterback. Now it pretty much guarantees New York Jets is taking Zach Wilson with the number 2 pick, and the 49ers now with the 3rd pick will be taking a quarterback as well. Per Ian Rappaport, the Carolina Panthers thought that the quarterbacks could potentially go 1, 2, 3, 4. It would have been too much for them to move up. So they decided to trade for Sam Darnold instead of moving up to spend a lot of capital and or taking the 5th best quarterback on the board. So now they have a quarterback with their football team. And yes, they are behind the Detroit Lions at the 8th pick. I want you guys to comment under the pinned comment. What's the pinned comment? It's the very first comment that I have on this video. And the comment question is, does this trade hurt the Detroit Lions? It's simple. Just play a Y for yes, N for no, and let me hear what you guys think. Do you think with the Carolina Panthers getting Sam Darnold, it's going to hurt the value of the Detroit Lions? Y for yes, N for no. Now, what this means is the Carolina Panthers will not be selecting a quarterback with that 8th pick. Well, why does it affect the Detroit Lions? They're at 7 because teams that wanted to trade up to select a quarterback would have to then jump the Carolina Panthers to the Lions spot at 7. Now, in my opinion, why would teams want to jump over the Carolina Panthers to select a quarterback knowing they're not selecting a quarterback? So that has mad implications if the Lions want to move back, because they could simply trade with, say, the Denver Broncos. All the New England Patriots have to do is jump Denver, go to the Carolina Panthers spot to select the last quarterback on the board, or if there's 2 quarterbacks. So the need to jump to Detroit decreases significantly. And if the Lions are trying to trade back, the value and capital of that pick decreased as well, understanding that teams already know this. Also, what quarterbacks would be left at that spot? Now we got 1, 2, 3 going quarterbacks, and the Carolina Panthers believe it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 per Ian Rappaport. So if that's the case, there is a chance that maybe only a Mac Jones is available at that 7th spot for a team to trade up. So would a team really trade up to jump the Carolina Panthers for a Mac Jones, knowing that Carolina is not taking a quarterback? Highly unlikely that would be the case. So that decreases the value of the 7th pick. Now, if a team wants to trade up and the Lions would like to trade back, it would probably have to be for a player that is a non-quarterback to get that such a value. Say a team really covets a Penei Sewell or a Micah Parsons or a player such as that. That could be an option, but there's no need right now for a team to jump Carolina for a quarterback spot. And Carolina had to give up next year's 2nd-round draft pick, so maybe they want to move back even more and willing to have a team jump the Denver Broncos to do that. If Denver really wanted to get a quarterback, instead of moving to Detroit, they could just move up 1 spot with the Carolina Panthers. Less they have to give up, yet they're still getting the same player. And same with the New England Patriots. If they wanted to trade up, why trade up to 7, give up a little bit more when they can trade with Carolina to give a little bit less to get the same player? So the value does hurt the Lions. Now, it doesn't mean that they can't trade back. It doesn't mean that a team won't trade with the Lions to get a quarterback. Just in my personal opinion, the odds now of this occurring drops fairly significantly, in my opinion. With that said, even if the Detroit Lions decided not to trade back, there definitely is going to be value on the board because quarterbacks are getting pushed up. And another aspect here is how the Carolina Panthers, per Ian Rappaport, again, I just want to keep saying this, think it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. And if that does take place, there is going to be value pick for the Detroit Lions, such as a Penei Sewell, possibly a Rashawn Slater, or a Jamar Chase, a player with that type of value, a number 1 at that specific position. So you're getting a blue chip player that you otherwise probably would have not gotten with that 7th pick. So the Lions then are getting a value pick, and that's fairly good. But when it comes to the options of trading back, it hurts it. So it's a double-edged sword, in my opinion. So the Detroit Lions just got to figure out what they're going to do here. Do they really have options to trade back now? Does it decrease their value? And if they don't want to trade back anyways, that's good because they're going to get a value player more likely now because of this trade. Do you want the Detroit Lions to trade back? Hey, let me know in the comments section. All you got to do is press a Y for yes and for no. Trade back, yes. Trade back, no. Just go ahead and post a comment there, and I get to see what you guys think because I love reading through it. I love enjoying what you guys think, not just what I think, but what you think. So make sure you let me know in the comment section. Say the Detroit Lions does decide to move back. Say the Denver Broncos wanted to come up and trade with the Detroit Lions. Now, the player who they would like to take at 7, potentially get at 9, may not be there because the Carolina Panthers are probably not taking a quarterback, most likely. So if they wanted to get a Penei Sewell, thinking they could potentially get him at 9, now with the Carolina Panthers not needing to get a quarterback, there is a good chance that player could potentially be picked up by Carolina instead of a quarterback taken by Carolina, so the Lions would be taking more risk trading back. All in all, this draft is crazy. So many scenarios that can take place, and we have no idea really until the draft happens. A lot of pre-trades before the draft. You don't see that a whole lot. A lot of maneuverings when it comes to quarterbacks so teams can get the player they want to covet. And it comes to the quarterback position, and or if it comes to a player, this is crazy. So this is going to be one of those NFL drafts that you need to pay attention to because we don't know exactly what's going to take place. In years past, you can have an idea what's going to happen and what player could be there potentially for the Detroit Lions. Now, this NFL draft, it's a little bit different. In years past, I could say the Lions are going to take TJ Hawkinson. The Lions are going to take Jeff Okudah. The Lions are going to take DeAndre Swift. This year, it gets more harder, specifically because we don't know what's going to happen with the teams ahead. We don't know what players teams are going to take. You hear about the Cincinnati Bengals wanting to get Jamar Chase. You hear about the quarterback position go 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3, 4. So many different scenarios are taking place. This one is going to be a fun one to watch. And if you want to watch it live on my channel, I'm going to be live for it. Reactions to what's taking place. We'll have the audio of the NFL draft going on, and it's going to be real fun to see what our franchise does going forward. One thing that I do know is the Detroit Lions do need to come away with a blue chip player in this draft. They need to come away with a player that's going to be changing whatever positional group they're at. If they want to go offensive line, if they want to go linebacker, whatever position, they need to get a game changer in that position. It is vital to nail this draft. Whether you trade back or you stay at 7, either way, this first round draft pick that they have needs to be a starter, needs to be an impact player day 1. It has to be. They have to get this right. If you don't get this right, you're going to set your team back even more. It is so important that we get this right. Whatever, just do best player available, get the player that's going to start day 1 and really help this team out for the long run. No doubt about it. They got to make this work. It has to work. They have to get the player. They have to get the player that's going to be game changing. They need to make sure that this team is set up good for the future because you build through the draft. And if you screw up the draft, you're not building your team the correct way. So you have to get this right. You have to draft this player correctly. You have to get the right position. Has to be a game changer. And it's got to really help this team going forward. May not win a whole lot, but don't matter. You got to get this draft pick right, help this team out, and be good going forward in the NFL draft. make sure you smash that like button. Yes, smash that like button. Why? Because the people in the legacy media sports centers, ESPNs, PFFs, Pro Football Talk, you name it, they don't like our city, they don't like our team, they don't like anything about us. So what we have to do as content creators such as myself is we have to make content about our team, factual, and give you content that you want to hear. And if you hit that like button, it really helps bring the video out. And that's how you get the content of my channel out there. You support the channel, you support the content, and more individuals can get that Lions content that's not so negative all the time. In the upcoming videos, we got the One Pride podcast on my channel. Yes, it is a live mailbag segment where you got questions. Hey, I got some answers, and so does the panel, because it's not just me. So if you want to hang out and you want to talk Lions and get live reactions, make sure you're there on Thursday at 6:30 p.m. EST. Also, on Tuesday, we got the Spiked Kool-Aid hosted by the Gridiron Blitz on his channel, 7 p.m. call-in segment. If you got questions and you want to speak phone to phone, make sure you come out to that show on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Also, Necessary Roughness hosted by Troxel Sports Talk, 7 p.m. on Wednesday. Hey, it's a fun show. We're having fun. We're shooting the ass. Like I always say, kick back. I'm on there. Make sure you show up because, hey, this is all about having fun and having a good time and talking sports. Make sure you are there.